Usually I have a very strong internet. Let's see if how this is going on. I set the intention that this is staying smooth now. I hope so. Well, usually it's a very strong internet. So okay, let's see. Thank you. Okay, Mercury is retrograde. Let's see. Again, welcome to today's tapping circle. And the topic of today is tapping into your inner strength. Well, currently many people experience tremendous stress because of the many changes in their daily life routine and environment that they once created and felt safe in. So being in stress and survival mode is the opposite of resting in your inner strength. And living by emotions of stress isn't really living a self-determined and happy and healthy life either. So what is inner strength and how can we access it? So my understanding of inner strength is the capacity to act from a balanced, centered state. And when you are in your center, you get guidance and clarity from within. Then you are connected to your wisdom, to your true self that provides you with the answers you are looking for. And then you can trust your intuition without the need of confirmation from others. And you know your own truth without having the urge to convince others. And you are in peace with yourself and what is happening around you, because you are centered inside of you. So to find this inner strength, the place where we are balanced and in harmony, from which we can access our resources and infinite possibilities, we need to center ourselves by clearing the thoughts and emotions that are standing in the way. So my intention for today is to show you how to use EFT as a practical tool in your daily life that you can apply in that actual moment when you have the feeling that everything is just too much or things are falling apart. And how EFT is helping you to ground and to center yourself in the here and now. So along the way, I also explain some of the main important core concepts of EFT, because when you understand what you do and why you feel better afterwards, it's easier to follow your own process. So since we have a lot of people tapping with us along today, and because stress triggers are very individual, I'm going to use general language as we tap. And the hippocampus in your brain, that's the part in your brain where the memory is stored, finds real events in your life with a similar signature. And then your body releases stress around that situation while we tap. We call that concept borrowing benefits, and that means everyone will benefit when we are working in groups. So my words will help you to tune into something to tap on today. And as you tap along, notice your thoughts, your physical sensations, or your emotions, or anything else that is coming up. The words are not as important as the tuning in. Tuning in and feeling is more important than getting the perfect words. And so don't worry about using the right words. Try to really tune into your body and feel. And if you have a specific event already identified you want to work on, that's perfect too. Then make a little note of it and set the intention to work on this issue. And then just tune in and tap along with me, and don't worry about tapping correctly. So there are also several physical signs of releasing energy. So you can recognize something is shifting, which shows up, for example, when you are yawning. So that was a big reframing for me when I learned that yawning is a shift of energy and not a sign of being bored. There was a big reframing. So we love you if you are yawning. And other body reactions like laughing or feeling more at ease in your shoulders are signs that energy is shifting in your body. So let's start the journey from the feelings of restrictions to your inner strength. Think about a specific situation where which you are currently facing, or where you are currently facing a restriction that has triggered you. So think of a specific situation where you are currently facing a restriction that has triggered you. And now I want you to tune into your body. Where in your body can you feel it? Take a deep breath, a deep belly breath, and tune into your body. Where can you feel it? Is there any tension? Any pain? And how does it feel? Where in your body can you feel it? What is the shape of that body sensation? Is it solid? Is it fluid? Is it more gassy? What is the size of that shape or that body sensation? Is it just inside your body? Is it also showing up in a part like going outside of your body? So what size is it? What is it? What shape is it? What color does it have? Is it warm, cold, or neutral in temperature? So really get in tune with that sensation in your body. And check the intensity of this body sensation on a scale from 0 to 10, when 0 is like no intention and 10 is a very high intensity. So how intensive is that body sensation in your body? So write down this number of the body sensation, and write it in the chat as well. So we have a few, I have a few ideas where we are starting or which intensity we are dealing with. Any number is right. Oh, let me see. 7, 7, 5, 7. All right. So one more question before we start with the tapping. What is the emotion that is underlying that body sensation? So usually there's an emotion underlying that body sensation. And just tune in and check. What emotion is it? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Is it fear or any other emotion? So if you can't identify an emotion that is underlying that body sensation, that's fine too. Then just stick with the body sensation. But if you can identify an emotion, then check the intensity of that emotion on the scale from 0 to 10. Great. Yeah. And write down that number and that emotion as well. And also write me in the chat, what emotions are you feeling, and how intense can you feel it? Sadness, frustration, sadness, anger. Okay, so yes. So as you see, it's very individual. These are very individual feelings. And we are checking these numbers so you can check in the end the progress you made, because sometimes the effect is so intense that people forget they had a problem in the first place. So just write down the numbers so you can compare it in the end. And I want to start right, because we have some high numbers here on the SUD scale. Let's start right away with the tapping, and I explain you along the way the process. So this point is the side of the hand point, and it doesn't matter which hand you're tapping on, just either hand is fine, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just tap on the side of the hand point. We also call it karate chop point. And yeah, we start with a setup phrase that represents the topic you are focusing on. So take a deep breath again in your belly and connect again with your body sensation. And you connect with your body sensation, and you set the intention that you tap on your subject, on your event, on your sensation, while I use the general language and you borrow benefits. So tap with me along through the points, which I will explain in detail. And then also, if you can, speak out loud, repeat after me what I'm saying. If it's keep your eyes open, because if it's a very intense feeling or emotion and you close your eyes, it's getting even stronger. And if you keep your eyes open, it's like an anchor to the here and now, and stay with us. So just tap along, we check in and repeat after me. So even though I have this feeling in my body, I accept myself and how I feel. Even though I have all this tension in my body, I accept myself and how I feel. Even though I'm feeling this discomfort in my body, I accept myself and how I feel. Now, some may ask, why should I accept a negative issue? So we just recognize and acknowledge the feeling in our body, because most often it's the resistance in us to accept these feelings, or the lack of possibility to express them, which causes those emotions and these feelings to get stuck, and we cannot let them go. So with a setup statement, we lay the foundation for the willingness to work on this topic without any judgment, and we just be true and honest with ourselves, and we give this feeling a voice so it can actually release. So we're giving it a voice while tapping through the points, and you just follow me with a flat hand, really on the top of your head, this feeling in my body. Now we go to the eyebrow points, which is where the eyebrow starts, begin. All the stress in my body. Then we go to the side of the eye, really at the bone, not on the temple, but really on the side of the eye bone. All this tension in my body. Under the eye, under the pupil, on the bone, on top of the bone. I feel it right now. Under the nose, this feeling in my body. The chin point, all this stress in my body. Now we go to the collarbone points, and you find it, you follow the collarbone to the center, and then you go down like an inch and to the side, and then you feel this soft spots. And this is the collarbone point. You can tap with both hands. You can tap with one hand. Both is fine. All this tension in my body. And then the last point of the basic round is under the arms. It's like one hand width under the arm. For the ladies, it's like the bra line. All these stressful thoughts, you can tap it like with your crossed arms, or you can just do it like this. Doesn't matter, as long as you hit these points. All right, so I keep it very simple because I want you to use EFT in daily life. So we are really going with the body sensation and tuning into this body sensation and the feelings around this issue. So we go for another round. The feeling around this issue. Top of the head, the feeling around the situation. And tune into it. The feeling about what happened. Side of the eye, the feeling around this restriction. Under the eye, the feeling around that limitation. Under the nose, feeling that tension in my body. Chin point, feeling that stress in my body. Collarbone points, and the emotions around it. Under the arm, all the stressful thoughts around it. And we go straight to another round. All the stress carried in my body. It feels so heavy. Eyebrow points, that heavy tension in my body. Side of the eye, there is a part in me that doesn't feel safe. Under the eye, it's so noisy that I can't feel anything else. Under the nose, and I can't think properly. Chin point, maybe I need to listen. Collarbone point, so my body can start to relax. Under the arm, relaxing in my body. Another round. This heavy feeling in my body. On top of the head, it's not beneficial. Eyebrow points, I choose to explore what's lying underneath. Side of the eye, this feeling in my body. Under the eye, making this new choice. Under the nose, setting a new start point. I lost the connection again. So please, can you write in the chat how you are feeling right now? I want to check in how you are feeling right now after the first rounds of tapping. Frustrated. And let me also know the intensity of that feeling. A little more relaxed, beautiful, less pain, better, 6. Good, mild, stopped, beautiful. So, you know, if the intensity goes up, it means, okay, we hit something and you're on the right track to dig deeper. And if it goes down, just really note that every single number, the intensity is going down is a gain, because you've got a new starting point with every single number. I mean, there have been in the beginning some people with an intensity, some emotions or some body sensations with an intensity of 9. And so every single number that the intensity is dropping is really a gain, because the next time the situation would appear, you would already see it from a new perspective. You're already on a new timeline. So we have a lot of drops in intensity here. And thank you for sharing. And notice what else came up. Notice what changed. So the body sensation might have changed, or it might show up somewhere else in the body. And recognize the intensity of the body sensation and whether the body sensation itself has shifted in its shape or its size or in its color. And also notice whether it has moved in the body. So usually if we really focus on the body sensation, it will move through the body, and sometimes it's moving from the stomach up to the throat and then just literally coming out. Sometimes it's just disappearing slightly, slowly but surely. So notice the change in your body, and notice also the change in the emotion that you recognized, whether the emotion itself has changed, whether something else was coming up, whether any old story came up. And that might be sometimes a memory of an older event is coming into the mind. So make a note of this so you can work on it. And it's usually linked to the experience that you just worked on. So let's have a few more rounds around this body sensation. And we check in again and acknowledge the progress that we already made. So tap again along with me on the karate chop point, the side of the hand point. So even though I still feel some sensation in my body, I notice a shift in my body and I'm okay. Even though there is still some tension in my body, I am open to believe that positive change is possible. Even though I still feel some discomfort in my body, I give myself permission to relax even more. All right, and we have a few more rounds we go through around this body sensation or issue, this feeling in my body around that restriction. Eyebrow point, the feeling around that limitation. Side of the eye, the feeling around these rules. Under the eye, I wonder what my body needs. Under the nose, so it can calm down. Chin point, it feels so strange. Collarbone point, it shouldn't be that way. Under the arm, this is not the way I want it to be. Another round. We always start with a karate chop point because it's a very strong point to release emotions. This feeling in my body, I want it to stop. Eyebrow points. It's so exhausting. Having this feeling in my body. Under the eye, it makes me feel tired. Under the nose, it's draining my energy. Chin point, it's feeling so heavy. Collarbone point, I can feel it in my body. Under the arm, this tension in my body. Okay, take a deep breath. Exhale, yeah, very good. And tune into your body again. What do you feel? What is the intensity now? Anything new is coming up? Any change? And write it down into the chat so I see where everyone is, what's the state, what numbers you're at. Any change in the body sensation? Oh, so yeah. Beautiful, less intense emotions, feeling relaxed. And now the body is talking to you, so fatigue is coming through. So something new is coming up. The body is talking what it needs actually. So we reset, I wonder what the body needs. So the body is not talking to you. It's you're connected. Can you read this? Actually not. You are connected to your body. And so you give it a voice. And now we listen to it. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And the body sensation changes as well. Beautiful. Okay. And for some, even the location shifted. So it's working. We stick with it. We stick with this. And we even go on and have a few more rounds on this specific feeling or issue. So let's tap again. And we always check in and we acknowledge the progress we have made. So even though I still feel some tension in my body, somehow, somewhat has changed. Even though I still feel some discomfort in my body, I recognize a change is already in progress. Even though I'm still feeling a little uneasy, I choose now to feel safe right here, right now. Okay, let's tap through the points. This tension in my body, eyebrow points around the restriction. Side of the eye, it doesn't really help me. It doesn't really serve anyone. It doesn't really solve the situation. Chin point. Maybe my body needs a break. Collarbone point from all this stress. Under the arm, I wonder what my body needs. karate chop point, to let go of this feeling, to let go of this tension. And now we tap another round and just tune into that feeling in your body and check what it needs. Eyebrow point, just check into that feeling, into your body, that body sensation, side of the eye, big belly breathe. Under your eye, and just wonder what your body needs in order to relax. Under the nose, chin point, feel that body sensation. Be curious about that body sensation. Collarbone point, study that body sensation, because it just wants to get acknowledged. It just wants to express. And under the arm, by just paying attention to it, it actually starts already to release, to let go. And we do another round, starting at the side of the hand point. I wonder what happens, top of the head, if I just choose to relax. Eyebrow point, despite the changes, side of the eye, I wonder if I can let my body relax even more. Under the arm, under the eye, I wonder what happens. Under the nose, if I start to believe, chin point, that positive change is possible. Collarbone point, and find inner peace. Under the arm, just relaxing in my body. Another round, karate chop point. I wonder what is possible. Top of the head, if I choose to be at peace. Eyebrow points, if I choose to feel safe. Side of the eye, right here, right now. Under the eye, I am safe. Under the nose, I choose to relax. Chin point, I choose to be at peace. Collarbone point, I choose to feel balanced. Under the arm, I choose to feel centered. Very good. Again, take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Good. Loosen your neck. And tune again into your body. And check again. What do you feel? How is the body sensation changing? And how intense is the body sensation? And then once you've done that, again, also tune in back to the emotion you just felt and see whether you had any shift in that emotion or if that intensity just changed. Yeah. Deeper body release. A lot calmer, beautiful. Yeah. And again, yawning, good sign. I love people who are yawning. It's a great sign. And I really had a big reframe about my own belief around yawning when I started with tapping. And I just recognized the beauty of it. Yeah, beautiful. So I really keep it simple today. During the rounds, as you recognize, we just go along with the body sensation mainly, keeping ourselves connected with the feeling in the body and to study that body sensation. Because so many people are afraid to tap or forget to tap, or don't feel safe to tap because they are afraid of using the wrong words or not the right language. And actually, it doesn't need any language. It's sufficient if you just tune into that body sensation or emotion you're feeling, and then just breathe in and feel it and be with it, sit with it. And by just doing this, it can already start to release and to let go. It's just like the kid at the back seat of a car. That is, if there is a little kid on the back seat of a car and mommy is driving the car and the little kid is looking out of the window and seeing something interesting that wants to express, and it's like, mommy, 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 and it will not stop until the mommy is looking at it and saying, yes, my dear, what's up? It just wants to be heard. And it's the same with the emotions that are coming up. They just want to be seen. They just want to be heard. So by giving them a voice and tapping on these meridian endpoints, we give also a kinesthetic, a somatic sign to the signal to the brain, to the alarm center in the brain, that the body can relax. And so the feeling is already changing. So just pay attention to the feeling, get curious about it, study it, allow it to express itself, allow it to get experienced, and then it actually flows through the body and can go. And just remember that you are actually not your body. You have a body, and you are not your feelings. You're the one that is experiencing these feelings, and you are not your thoughts. You are the one that is experiencing or watching these thoughts. And just from that perspective of an observer, sit with it, stick with it, and experience it and say, whoa, that's interesting. And feel how the sensation releases. So I want to do some positive rounds. So we started with identifying the negatives. We were tapping around these restrictions or a specific restriction that you just experienced. Then you realized, what is it doing? How is it showing up in my body? What emotion is lying underneath there? So we identified the negatives. We released some of that energy already. The intensity was dropping down. And now with the positive rounds, we are choosing positive path forward, a positive approach forward. So so let's do some positive rounds, and you just again follow me through the tapping points, and then we check again. All right, We start again at the side of the hand point. Even though I don't have all the answers to my questions, I give myself permission to relax. Even though I don't know how this path unfolds, I choose to take one step at a time and to feel safe right here, right now. Even though I don't have all the answers yet, I allow my body to calm down. All right, top of the head, releasing all these feelings. Eyebrow points that had been stuck in my body for so long. Side of the eye, I can begin to relax. Under the arm, under the eye, allowing my body to calm down. Under the nose, so I can find some answers. Chin point, choosing to feel safe in my body. Collarbone points, choosing to breathe deeply. Under the arm, breathing in life, releasing what is no longer needed. Exhale. Another round. I choose to feel safe with these thoughts. Eyebrow, with these feelings. Side of the eye, with these emotions. Under the eye, I choose my inner state consciously. Under the nose, this is my true power. Chin point, this is my choice. Collarbone point, this is my responsibility. Under the arm, this is my mission. Side of the hand, I choose to think beyond the outer circumstances. I choose to see what I do have. To focus on what I can do. Side of the eye, to recognize what is possible. Under the eye, to realize what does work. Under the nose, I feel open to new opportunities. Chin point, I choose to enjoy life. Collarbone point, I choose peace. Under the arm, I choose freedom in my body. Side of the hand, I choose to deal with new circumstances calmly. Top of the head, I don't need all the answers right away. Eyebrow point, I don't need all the answers at once. Side of the eye, I allow myself to take one step at a time. Under the eye, I allow myself to pause. Under the nose, I choose to breathe deeply and tune inside. Chin point, I choose to respond rather than to react. Collarbone, I choose to be patient and kind to myself. Under the arm, I choose to be patient and kind to others. Side of the hand, I choose to embrace every moment. Top of the head. I choose to find beauty in the world. Eyebrow. I choose to participate in the sunrise. Side of the eye. I choose to participate in the sunset. Under the eye, I choose to participate in life around me. Under the nose, I choose to participate in life with me, within me. Chin point, I choose to find meaning in every moment. Collarbone, I choose love over fear. Under the arm, I choose to make my life meaningful and enjoyable. Going on, one more round. I choose to let my light shine brightly. Top of the head, I choose to be a light to myself. Eyebrow points, I choose to be a light to others. Side of the eye, I choose to be open and honest to myself. Under the eye, I choose to be open and honest to others. Under the nose, I choose to be speaking my truth in a loving way. Chin point, I choose to be in love with myself. Collarbone point, I choose to be in love with others. Under the arm, I love and accept myself fully and completely with every cell and every fiber of my body. And so it is. Okay. Inhale, exhale. And again, tune into your body and check how you feel now. And write in the chat how you feel right now, or if anything changed or shifted. Yummy. Yawning. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. The whole body is humming. That's really beautiful. I would say that's that's the center of the body, of the being. Relaxed and more confident, more peaceful. That's beautiful. Sneezing also, yes. Sneezing is also a sign, can be also a sign of releasing something. Yeah. Down to a 3 and more energy moving around the body. Beautiful, peaceful. Thank you for sharing. And wow. And yeah, warm in my heart instead of frozen in fear. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? Actually, frozen, I mean, fear, frozen, I mean, yeah. That's what's happening usually when people experienced a trauma. The trauma is frozen in we call it a frozen capsule. So if we just by paying attention to it, giving it a voice, sitting with it from the standpoint of an observer, and then just express it, flowing it through, let it flow through the body, is already helping to release and to calm down. And this is something you can do everywhere you are. I mean, if you are sitting in the car, I mean, of course, you have to pay attention to the road. But well, I did it when I was in my past life. I was working as a sales manager, as a salesperson, and I was a lot in the car. So I just tapped along with one hand, and or if you are anywhere outside in a situation, you can tap in that moment, or you can go to the restroom for a few minutes and just tap along to release a little bit of that tension. What I actually want to encourage you to do is what we call the personal peace procedure, like if every evening before you go to bed, instead of taking that baggage that might be, piling up every day with new stuff, instead of taking that baggage with you into the night, then you can actually tap before you go to sleep and release, at least those situations or events that triggered you that day. That's one thing you can do to help yourself to feel more calm. And by doing this in the actual moment, you're actually breaking the pattern for the body of feeling unsafe. By repeating this calming, by repeating this exercise of calming the body down every time it's going into fight or flight, you're already breaking a pattern, a habit. And so if you do it frequently, then you will get more resistant to situations that the body reacted to before. And the other thing is, if you are a little bit digging deeper into tapping and want to do it really frequently and releasing also past events, then have a journal, write down the events of the past that have a really high emotion, a really high intensity of emotion. And every day take one of these events and release it, tap on it, release it, and your whole life will change. And you will see change in not only, you won't only feel it inside of you, you will also realize change in your outer world if you do so. So this is your true power. Focus on the things you can change, your inner state. So remember, you got all the resources within, and keep yourself in a good state. And then you can take one step at a time, and then you have the connection to your inner wisdom, your inner guidance. And don't remember to tap and overcome emotions if you are in situations where you feel overwhelmed. And this is where you find your own wisdom from within. And this is like coming from tuition, like in school, we learn things to connect to your intuition, which is the wisdom within. That's your truth, your personal truth. And then you can find better solutions for the situation you're facing. You're calm, you're open. Now you can connect. When you connect to your inner self, you can also connect to other people. And this is a totally different base, a totally different approach. If the person in front of you or the situation in front of you can unfold from that state of being, from that state of acceptance and openness and staying centered. It doesn't mean that you have to give up your standpoint. It just means you know your standpoint, but you can stay calm. You don't have to react by the urge to convince others from the same standpoint, but by accepting other people's have their truth and to listen to it and then to evaluate, okay, that's their truth, I have mine, fine. And so approaching everything and everyone from a more loving perspective, from the center of your heart. And I think this is what the world needs right now. to be at peace. And it starts with everyone, with us, and looking within and the work within. So thank you very much for joining, and yeah, all the best to all of you. Bless you.